At the Grove on a bright day, and I'm wishing I would have worn a hat and sunglasses, but man of the hour, Coach Fincher, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Excited. We're excited to get to play today, and this weather is phenomenal. We're excited about this weather.
Well, on the far end, we've got Chuck Zach and Zach Doty, and then Morgan Smith. How's it been for you?
It's great. I'm actually excited to kick off the season here. You don't get very many ranked matchups in baseball, I feel like, and this Liberty-Eylau Pleasant Grove game's always been an exciting one.
Yeah, it's I've become real close friends with Zach over the years, and the fact that we still play each other, although they drop down, it helps each team. So that's the reason we do this every year.
It's exactly. I was talking to kids. I was like, man, if y'all didn't play each other, because y'all were going to play each other during district or after district, somewhere around there.
In spring break, so it's kind of the 1st of April. So yeah, it's in ours, but it's when we have it's our open week in district, so we're playing them then also.
But the past few years, if you didn't play them, who's pushing you?
Yeah,
going into the playoffs.
Yeah, and that's and that's why we schedule those games.
Yeah.
They're very well coached. They play the game as hard as anybody we ever play, and they're talented. So it's fun every time we step on the field and play.
It's a special rivalry. I mean, some of the best times I've had at a high school baseball game is this Liberty-Eylau PG game. I mean, everybody's showing up, showing out. Both fan bases are super loud. It's going to be packed tonight. I would say a lot of pressure, but these are two of the best teams in Texas, and I'd have to say they're used to it by now.
Yeah, it's fun. It's no pressure. It's a game. We tell our kids all the time, there's no pressure unless you're playing the game. When you get older, there's pressure. There's putting your kids through college and paying for a mortgage. That's pressure. This is playing a game and having fun, and, our guys are prepared. And, as we know, they're prepared. So, we're expecting an exciting atmosphere this evening.
Well, as a fan, you look for it just for the bragging rights, for the remainder of the season, or at least until April, until that second game. But what do you see different in this year's team than you saw last year?
We do have 6 returning starters. One of them's out in Jace Elrod. He hurt his shoulder in football season. He's working extremely hard to come back. We're hoping to get him back the 3rd tournament weekend. But what we've seen is our seniors are being leaders. They're kind of coming out of their shell, being leaders. Last year, it was no surprise that everybody saw our leader was Jared Halter. He was kind of the guy who everybody leaned to, and he led, and now our seniors are doing a great job of it. And you're going to see a lot of guys tonight play for the first time at this level. They've been a part of the program. They've been a part of our playoff teams, but they haven't played – they haven't started at this level. And so we're excited to see those guys compete.
Yeah, looking at this roster, I hadn't looked at it. He sent it to me. I'm looking down at it. It's okay if I share this.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
Assuming, okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, we got Hunter Rose on the mound.
Yeah, it's no secret who's pitching.
Yeah, Spencer Browning at shortstop. But then Buck Anderson at first, Blue Rose in right field, Christian May at second base, Walker Wright in center field. And then we have Landon Fincher, Trevor Hendershot, and Harrison Hoover. Landon's going to be in left field, Trevor in center, and Harrison at third base. If I'm not mistaken, Christian May was at third last year. Walker Wright was at first. Blue was at left field, and Buck's obviously been catcher for 3 years.
Yeah, that's
There's
correct.
A bunch of injuries.
Yeah, well, the thing on him playing first base, his shoulder's a little sore. It's just it's nothing serious, and it's February the 16th, and we'd like him to be playing in June. So we have a lot of confidence in Trevor behind the plate. He's been on varsity for 2 years, done a great job. He's gotten stronger in the weight room. Anybody that's seen him scrimmage, he's done a phenomenal job behind the plate, and he's earned the opportunity to play there. And so it allows us to get him on the field, and and so we're expecting a lot of things out of him. And then with Elrod out, we kind of had a hole at second base, and Jace has played outfield for us, but now we have 5 outfielders we have a lot of confidence in, and Jace was going to play second, and so he's out. So let's just slide Christian over, and we have Harrison Hoover at third base tonight. A sophomore who's been a part of the program for a year. He's performed in practice well, and we tell him just go play. Just go play. You're prepared. The only thing about our practice and tonight, there's people in the stands watching. So those guys, they've earned the opportunity. It's not like, we got to put somebody in there. No, they've earned that opportunity to play. So we're excited to see them play.
I want to talk to you kind of about the pitching staff. You know, I think that's something really special about this team whenever you're able to bring back 6 guys that have performed really well on the mound. You know, how do you utilize all those guys? I mean, obviously, Hunter and Spencer can sit at the top just with velo alone. But kind of how do you utilize those other guys, and how important is that to you to have that pitching depth coming into this year?
Oh, it's huge. You know, you need to have those guys. I think one of the few times we didn't have the depth, if you go all the way back to 17, you can look, and Chuck can tell you, we rode 2 guys the whole year. We rode 2 guys. You look at the stats, it's unbelievable what they threw and what they did. But we have 9 guys we feel confident in. They all threw in the scrimmage Friday night. They've thrown throughout the whole, the early part of spring. But to have those guys come in, and some of those guys they're coming in for one hitter. You know, your job is come in, throw your pitches to this hitter, let's get an out. So it's a lot of parts all over the place on moving. Like if we make a pitch and change tonight, you'll see probably 3 guys who move positions. But, we tell our pitchers they're athletes also. They're athletes. A lot of them, they play in the field as well. So just to have those guys you have confidence in is huge, and that's why this game is big in these early season tournaments. After our 3rd tournament, we'll play 20 games. So there will be a lot of innings. Those guys will get an opportunity to get up there and compete.
Are you looking tonight to just get a specific number of pitches out of Hunter in particular? You're not trying to stretch him out all the way. What's your number?
No, we're not trying. We don't have a number per se. It depends on how the game is going and how he's throwing his pitches each inning. If he's throwing 12 pitches an inning, we're good.
Okay.
If you look up and there's 34 pitches in, okay, those are stressful pitches. So the game will allow it. We're obviously not going to stretch him out to 100 pitches or whatnot, but our guys are in shape. You see a lot of people get up in arms early. Oh, I can't believe they threw 80 pitches or 90 pitches. Well, they've been throwing all year. Our practices, you've seen practices, our 2-way guys are throwing a lot. So they're in shape to do it. But we'll let the game see what happens, but in no way do we expect him to get out there and throw 85 or 90 pitches tonight.
Are you in game shape?
Am I? Yeah. I have to walk from that dugout to that side. There's nothing worse when we're on the first base side and I got to jog and, I'll maybe catch a stitch in the side or something.
Let Joe handle that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Coach, obviously, Hunter Rose, Spencer Browning are getting a lot of the, I would call it the star power, I guess, and well-deserved. I mean, 2 of the best players in the state of Texas. I can still remember Spencer committing in 8th grade and then coming up to the office and doing an interview. Only 8th grader Arkansas has ever accepted as an 8th grade commit. I mean, that's insane. But careers are coming to a close at the end of this year. Talk a little bit about, and not only them, and I hate to just bring them like, Buck, Walker, Jace, and I'm sure I'm leaving a couple guys out. I'm sorry. Christian May, that is a great group of baseball players.
Yeah, and then there's Harrison Newton. Yeah. There's Ben Carpenter. Those guys have been a part of this program for 4 years. And, yes, Spencer and Hunter do get all the accolades, but they're so humble. Hunter doesn't talk. I mean, y'all know, y'all interviewed him, and he is a very quiet individual. Spencer's starting to talk, come out of his shell a little bit. But it seems like we say it every year. These kids truly love playing for this school and this community. They take so much pride in it. The same thing across the town with Zach and Elite. It's very rare in the larger cities how much pride the kids take in playing for their school, but they take so much pride in it. And so those guys have led the right way, and because of all the attention those 2 guys are getting, it helps our other guys get attention as well.
Absolutely, sure.
So, there's 6 guys on our team that have signed to go on to the next level. And it has helped them tremendously knowing all the eyes are on Spencer and Hunter. Well, now they get to see it like, oh, crap, there's a lot more guys out there besides those 2. So, our team takes a lot of pride in playing together as a team. And if you ask Hunter and Spencer, the first thing they're going to say is give all the credit, to everybody else. So that's just the type of guys they are.
I do want to mention, and I don't know that he's a valedictorian of his class, but it wouldn't surprise me if he was Buck Anderson.
He is.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I don't know if he's right there on 1 and 2 right now, depending on classes, but yes, he is.
And, during football season, I spent a lot of time around this building. I don't know that I've came across very many people that have the leadership, God-given just leadership skills like he does.
He does. He's not afraid to speak out loud, which is a hard thing for young guys to do. He's not afraid to hold his teammates accountable, but it's not in a, haha, I got you, or I'm getting on to you way. It's hold you accountable because it's going to help the team and the program. And it comes from his family. I mean, his family's a phenomenal family. They've been around here for 8 years now with their 2 sons that have played for us. And just the opportunity to have them for their senior year and to see everything they're going to get to experience. We get to experience as long as I'm getting to, stay here and coach, I'll get to experience it. But to see the excitement those guys have, to see it their senior year, and then something happens when you're a senior, everybody can attest to it, the confidence level just skyrockets. Yeah. You're just like, oh, okay, I've got this down, and I'll handle the ups and downs, and those guys have done a great job of it.
Well, I'd love to send him out with a state championship the senior year like his older brother.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be phenomenal. That's a long way away. We'll see what happens, but
we don't want to throw big expectations at you or nothing.
Well,
Coach,
that is the
know.
expectation.
Yeah.
I mean, our expectations every time we step on the field is compete at a high level and win. That's the reason that scoreboard's on every time. So that's our expectations, and we talk about in our program, if you take care of everything in practice today, the game will take care of itself.
Absolutely.
Well, and you talk about the leaders on the team, and one that I wanted to talk about is Walker Wright, and you got him starting in center field, and this might be the biggest center fielder we've had in quite a while.
Yeah,
but he does have some wheels,
yes.
So I'm pretty confident in that. But just tell us about Walker Wright and what he brings to this team.
The progression he's made since his freshman year. He got the spot play for us as a freshman, played the sophomore pitched. Last year, obviously, transitioned to first base and was phenomenal at first base for us. We had him at first base this year. Then with the injuries that have happened, I was like, hey, there's a chance you're going back to outfield. Okay, I'll do it. That's fine. And but the confidence he has, he's obviously put on a lot of weight. He looks phenomenal. At the plate, he has been great in the scrimmages. And he is – people don't understand about him. If you were around football and saw it, he's got that inside of him. He's got, for lack of a better term, he's got a lot of crap in his system. Like, he is ready. Like, he's coming at you. He's not scared, intimidated by anybody that's out there, and you'll see that out there on the field also. It translates very, very high out there on the baseball field.
12 months ago, we opened up this field. You're back here now, opening it up against Liberty-Eylau again. You've had this thing for a year now. What's the impact of having this facility on your program?
Oh, it's huge. The only practices we have missed since this is open was the ice storm.
Okay.
But to have it on campus, to not have to drive across town, which, that field was awesome. We took a lot of pride in that one across town. But to be able to have it on campus, be able to have people drive up and see it, the walkway, to have these monuments behind us that show the old teams that were here, the state champions from 10 and 12 with Craig and his staff and all the players. We want to show them off and show that this place has always been so prideful in baseball. And we have a facility now that we're very, very proud of. We're very thankful for. Our admin, our superintendent, what they did to push forward to get this, it's phenomenal. It helps us out, and we're also very thankful that we have it because Liberty-Eylau, they got to practice here last year. I think they played 2 or 3 rounds here last year. Our friends across the way, Texas, Coach McClure, they might have played some games here this year, and I got it. Let's go. Let's come play because when it all comes down to it, we're all in this profession for the kids. We all want to help each other.
Any truth to the rumor about doming it?
I mean, I would take it, but no, we're good on that. It is we're still kind of in awe every time we come out here.
Right.
You're kind of in awe when you see it. The offices out here, the locker rooms, just everything. It's special.
Well, Coach, man, we appreciate your time. Best of luck tonight, and I was excited to be here at the Grove.
Absolutely. I appreciate y'all, and thank you so much for all the support and exposure you give to these kids.
Appreciate it, Coach. Take a quick commercial break. Be right back.
Sports injuries can happen anytime, on the field, on the court, and even in your backyard. At Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital, we treat sprains, fractures, concussions, and more with fast, compassionate care close to home. We're open 24/7 with on-site imaging like x-rays, ultrasounds, CT scans, and MRI for quick, accurate diagnosis and treatment all in one place. Let us help you get back to the game faster. Visit TexarkanaEmergencyCenter.com for more information.
Tired of banking fees and complicated accounts? With State Bank's My Free Checking Account, enjoy no minimum balance and 0 monthly fees. Get a free gift just for opening your checking account, because we believe banking should be rewarding. Great for personal accounts and businesses too.
We're back at the Grove. We had our man Cody Hildebrand with us. Owner Bubba's 33. I can't ever say the salad I like with the salmon.
Yeah, the quinoa.
Quinoa. I would never have been able to figure that out. I don't feel like I'm alone though.
I can name every salad I love.
You just
None
did.
Of them.
None of them.
Let's say, all right.
None of them. The Monte Cristo, is that considered a salad?
That's a sandwich salad.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Love it.
0 lettuce
Love it.
involved.
Yes.
The perfect salad, some might say.
Well, guys, it's baseball season, not only here in Texarkana, but in the state of Texas, and we are fortunate enough to have some of the best baseball in the state right here in Texarkana. And this particular year, Chuck, you've been around a long time, and you're the person I kind of want to talk to about this.
That's an age thing, but go ahead.
Well, no, I mean, you hold a lot of respect in our community on what you've done for sports for over 30 years, and you've seen everything. You're the guy I go to if I'm like, hey, did this happen or remember this? And I know we've had Michael Waka, we've had Will Middlebrooks, and among others that have played professionally. But as high school players, Hunter Rose, Spencer Browning, I mean, there's scouts sitting out there right now.
Yep.
Where do these guys kind of fall in that kind of progression in comparison to them? I mean, Will went on, had an unbelievable career. Michael's still having in the middle of his career, unbelievable. And it's hard to kind of gauge that. But, I see it with football all the time.
Right.
This is my first time experiencing something like this with baseball.
You're asking a question that's a little unfair because they're playing their first game as seniors just now. And so it's a little difficult to quantify where they're going to be in 4 years after college and 8 years potentially if we're talking about a major league career. So it's a little early. I think that we didn't really know how good Michael and Will potentially were going to be at the next level or two. So you brought up those two names. I think we've got higher expectations for Spencer and for Hunter right now, even than we had for Michael and Will back in the day, because social media's built it up and game days come on, and there's a lot more attention to what's going on with high school kids than there was when these two guys were playing back in the early 2000s.
Good point. With professional scouts in the stand, my first time seeing professional scouts in the stands, how does this draft work for high school kids, Dodie?
They just enter a pool. You can really just kind of pick whatever you want. They just kind of go up there and there's all these new websites and everything that rank high school prospects throughout their careers. Obviously Spencer's been committed since he was in middle school, and so they start super young with all that stuff. And so you see the perfect game and the prep baseball sports or whatever it may be. They see these top of the list, and then these scouts come out and watch them themselves. They get eyes on them. They report back to the teams, and then at that point, they just get to the draft room. And at the top of those names and at the top of the draft boards, you see 20 high school players in the first few rounds already. Yeah. And so, that's something that,
But there's
really
no commitment on, let's say, Spencer's, if he decides, hey, I'd rather go to Arkansas.
No.
Okay.
Not necessarily,
well,
until he has the choice.
Right, and realistically, he'll probably say to the folks who are looking at him, I'm going to go to college. Unless I'm in the first round or the first 2 rounds, then don't waste your time on me because I plan on going to Arkansas. I want to get my degree. Other guys will say, hey, depending on where you pick me and how much you're willing to slot me, because, teams have the ability to move money around to get guys they potentially want. We had one at Arkansas High that Pittsburgh drafted years ago that went later maybe than we would have thought, but they threw enough money in his direction that he took the shot, and he's in the minor league system for the Pirates now. So,
Yeah.
there's that potential option about where am I going to be slotted and what's my bonus going to look like before I agree to this.
Well, and I think, too, just the NIL is going to be impacting some of those decisions, too. And, you're going to have athletes that are going to start having these, 5-year careers, and, they're going to come out a millionaire. Just by playing college ball. So, I think that's going to change a lot of it as far as what their decisions are.
And it's not like a blanket thing either. It's person by person and what they personally feel like they need, not only through compensation, but also what do I need for development. Like, am I going to develop best in college, or am I going to develop best in the minor leagues? And do I feel like I have that opportunity to jump straight to the top? Braylon, who you mentioned, Braylon Bishop, who was in the Pirates, he went later. He's still developing with the Pirates, but is that what Hunter and Spencer feel like they need and want to do? Do they want to develop if they get drafted in the later rounds, or do they feel like they get the better opportunity being at Arkansas and playing with the best in the SEC? So
yeah, the human body only has so many pitches in it, right? Mm-hmm. And so as far as developmental stuff go, that's something that these players look at now. Money, I don't think is really the motivator here as much as it is like, can I make it to the league? Am I going to have what it takes?
Yeah,
so
I don't feel like the money's the same.
The money's not
football.
not the motivation to get to the MLB anymore as much as it is development. But then there's that line, you only have so many pitches in your life that you're going to be able to throw. So it's interesting to see how baseball's changed, especially since the 2000s.
I'm kind of excited with Spencer because we have so much just footage of him from 8th grade all the way through. Imagine if we had all that, let's say, of Will or Michael.
Yeah.
What we'd be able to do with that now. So he may be the first one that we're able to, look at this.
I was looking back through stuff the other day, making some videos, and seeing Hunter Rose as a freshman with that long hair that's going past his shoulders. He was out there throwing really well, hitting really well. He had everything that we already know right now as a freshman too, and he's only gotten better. He's only got the velo up. He's only put it in play better. Hit home runs. He had one of the few home runs over right field last year. So being able to see that from their early ages, a lot of these kids played as freshmen on this Pleasant Grove team, and that's really cool to see.
And Cody brought up the fact you only have so many pitches in your arm, and we're not sure where either one of those two guys will transition out to college. Do they become fielders or do they become pitchers? You kind of think Hunter may be a pitcher. He's a left-hander, and so you like that, but you don't know that maybe somebody down the road says, he's kind of peaked out on what he's going to do. His frame's about what it is, and we can see him playing center field or some other position in college where maybe he's not throwing the ball so much.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah. Let's switch over to Liberty-Eylau real quick. There's going to be a storyline that you'll hear me talk about all year, and I want nothing more than for this situation to happen. If Liberty-Eylau goes to the state championship game again this year, Maddox Moore does not know the feeling of not playing in a state championship game. He made that reference to me last year, and it's stuck with me how crazy of a statement that is.
Yeah.
That is just – can you imagine? How was your high school career? Well –
It's like the Grayson Rigdon kid that went to Columbus in football.
Oh yeah,
he was there.
Yeah.
He was there in the state championship for every year. It goes on and plays at Arizona State now. But we talked about it with last year's class of that being the winningest class in Liberty-Eylau history. And I think we talked about this. It was just like, well, that was the winningest class. But guess who's coming up right next? Maddox and AT's class, or Maddox and Zyvan's class. Yeah. Then after that, what does AT keep doing with his class? Right. It keeps going down the line. And them having so much success, they're only going to keep building on it. And having that mentality and knowing what that feeling is like to be at that point and at the pinnacle, it's only going to fire you up more. And having Fowler as the guy that leads you, you can't ask for anything better, really. I
always used to think, and this kind of goes for all sports, but years ago I would think, oh, man, they have all this experience, they know what it's like to play on the big stage. And I used to in high school, the better team's a better team, especially in football. I've always felt like the better team's a better team. But I'm starting to see that is how I feel about football. I'm not saying it's never the case, but I do feel that way about football. But baseball, Liberty-Eilau's losing players every year. They're doing the same thing with Pleasant Grove, and yet here we are again. We have two teams that I think we all believe will be playing for a state championship in June.
Yeah, I think you got a unique thing here in East Texas. I mean, I think the level of baseball skill is insane for just a small area, small rural part of the country, and the talent that it puts out. But how it speaks in volumes on the culture and the winning programs that these two schools continue to put out. I mean, as a part of it, yeah, they attract talent, right? Because if you're living in Texarkana, I mean, if I'm a baseball player, I'm wanting to play for Liberty-Eylau with Fowler, or I'm wanting to play at Pleasant Grove. I mean, so it's a very unique thing, and I think sometimes, we're just so used to seeing some really great baseball that we're just used to it.
Yeah.
You go to other parts of the state, and you're not seeing it.
It's tough, and I'll say it because it's not like I'm gonna hide from it, but you get into district play, especially for Pleasant Grove, and it gets rough. It's not enjoyable baseball. It's run rules every game. It's pretty boring to watch, and it kind of just how much better it is here than down the road.
Well,
throw anybody out there, Pittsburgh.
Well,
they're probably not showing up to the Pittsburgh game ever.
And I think that goes back to just the baseball acumen that both of these coaches have, and the experiences that both of them have, and especially Fowler's been there. He's been to Austin. He's hosted.
I mean, won it as a player and a coach.
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to be a game day original one day.
I mean, that right there would be fun to play for. And just knowing that you can take the caliber players of Pleasant Grove, the caliber players of Liberty-Eylau, and as coaches, you know that you're going to have that execution. Now it comes down to strategy. That's fun.
Yeah.
You threw Pittsburgh under the bus, and I'm going to defend him for a second.
Just 1 second.
If you're old school here, Cody probably knows, playing over at the old Hawk Field.
Oh, yeah.
Pittsburgh and Pleasant Grove were bitter rivals. It was a great rivalry.
Slugfest.
The dads on each school were on the side of the fence. They never sat down. They lined up the fences. They talked smack to each other. They talked smack to the kids. It was a friendly, really good rivalry. And they've got one of the best baseball parks in Northeast Texas. Sure. I mean, this is a new thing. Their park goes back decades, and it's a great park. And I feel so bad that Pittsburgh's fallen on a time where the pride they used to have in baseball has kind of fallen off. You hope they get it back again and they rediscover it, because that was a school that was really fun to play at and against when they came here to town. So I'm going to defend Pittsburgh at least a little bit.
I was listening to what I think, in my opinion, is the best call in Texarkana history, in my opinion. The state championship game Liberty-Eylau won 2 years ago, and it may be up for debate, but that's my I remember where I was and what I was doing. I was out of town when you made the final pitch call.
Yeah.
And I could almost recite it to you, but I'm not going to do it because it won't be as good.
No, it won't be.
But it's true. But looking back on that, some things to consider that you got to point it out. I mean, his dad was the coach when he won it. His dad was an assistant coach for him when he won it. You have Craig Jones over there. Cal was a player. Cal graduated. WT was there. Everybody's there. And I look back at those are some pretty special memories right there for a lot of people. And not only the significance of winning it as a player and a coach, and then you add all that extra in, and then your assistant coach is a 3-time state champion, and his boys are there. I mean, I can't imagine there would be any better feeling than winning a championship with your own kids.
Yeah, I can't. I think there were so many intangibles that made that one special. I'm sitting here with these, and I lived through all 3 of these, or 2 of these. I didn't do the 2021, but how special some of these moments were. I'll never forget Michael Gilly fielding a ball and at the pitcher's mound and turning, and where you expect he's going to go to home plate to try to stop a bases load, goes to second, and they relay to first and win a state championship, or go to extra innings to win a state championship. And you're like, well, how did that just happen? There were so many special moments at both of these places, but that 2024 story, you like drama and story in your sports, and that 2024 Liberty-Eylau team had all of those things.
Well, we're bringing back the Game Day original films, and this one's on my list, but you got to be the person to tell the story.
Of
the 2024 team for Liberty-Eylau.
Right.
I feel like you're the person that needs to tell that story.
Okay, well, there's a big enough check. I'll tell you any story you want.
True or not.
Yeah. Let's do this. Fowler's in the house. Let's get him over here. Let's get him interviewed and get ready for game time. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Jay Strickland, second generation master electrician. This is our team here at Livewire Electrical Services. Your safety is our top priority. That's why with every service call, we do a visual safety inspection for our customers, because small things can turn into big problems if left unchecked. We also offer a Safety and Savings membership plan, which gives you priority booking service, discounts, and an annual safety inspection of your home to make sure your home is protected year-round. We're proud to have been voted Best Electrician in Texarkana for the last 3 years by the Reader's Vault magazine. We have a 4.9 Google rating with over 270 5-star reviews because Texarkana trusts us to get the job done right. So give us a call today and experience the difference, because your home safety starts with us.
My name is Cedric Harris. I'm here with Swing Lab Baseball Academy on behalf of Randall Glass. We're excited to add to the fabric of this strong baseball community. We're proud to have used Lone Star Heating and Air as our HVAC provider. Lone Star aligns well with our core values of it being a locally owned family business. We know that we're in good hands with Lone Star due to their reliability and expertise, the quality equipment, and the ease of communication in case any breakdowns happen. We know that we'll be able to get things taken care of.
So today we're here at Swing Lab. We just want to let everyone know that we do commercial projects and we'd be glad to help you out. We do offer preventative maintenance programs as well. We've invested in a nice mobile trailer. We can do your rooftop units, your ground units, whatever you may need. So in the future, if you need anything, please give us a call at Lone Star Heating and Air. We would be glad to take care of all your heating and cooling.
Craving fajitas but short on time? That's not a problem. Just give us a call and place your order, and we will have them ready for you with no lines or waiting. With same ingredients and the same freshness every day. If life moves fast, so do we. No time to waste. Satisfy your cravings today.
For over 20 years, Hoover Stone & Stucco has been building and restoring exteriors that last. And now that same expert knowledge powers Hoover Soft Wash. We understand how stone, stucco, brick, and siding are built, so we know exactly how to clean them the right way. No high-pressure damage, just safe, professional soft washing that protects your home or business. Trust the team that knows exteriors inside and out. Hoover Stone & Stucco, Hoover Soft Wash. Experience built in.
Texarkana, it's game day and Lost Pizza is ready to feed the fans. From thick crust to thin, we make our dough fresh every single day and top it with all the flavors your crew loves. We are locally owned, locally operated, and proud to support our community in everything we do, from school spirit nights to hometown fundraisers. Dine in, take out, or order online. We're always ready for kickoff. Lost Pizza Company, Texarkana. Fueling game day the local way.
Meet Tony Langford Roofing, your trusted name in roofing solutions. Decades of experience and top-notch service. Passionate about your home safety, we treat every roof like our own. From repairs to full installations, we've got your home covered. Upgrade your roof with our variety of styles and materials. For roofs that last long, choose Tony Langford Roofing. We've got you covered.
All righty, we welcome you back here to Texarkana Game Day. Man in the middle, obviously pretty well known, I would think, around these parts. But in case you don't know him, Zach Fowler, head coach of the Liberty-Eylau Leopards, joining us this afternoon, sporting the brand new throwback 2006 state championship cap.
Well, hold on, I want one of these hats now. I take back what I said about the flat deal. I didn't know we were throwback. I like throwback stuff.
I called it out. Dude.
20 years ago. Hey, you know what we need to do? We need to get a Liberty-Eylau starter jacket.
Oh,
that would be clean.
That would sell, I think.
Does it feel like 20 years?
No, I feel like it was yesterday. We won that game, and it's crazy to be here now and just see this facility and how they've upgraded. And both programs are still rolling, so it's good to see.
Do you miss the old park over here at PG?
Not really. We didn't win there a lot. Good with this one.
Now we know Craig's gonna lie about this, but the mound was high, wasn't it?
He claims it was like 12 inches higher than the plate. Everybody knows it's 2 feet. So.
Man, before you came on, we brought up Maddox and a statement he made to me, like, I don't know what it's like to not play in a state championship. As a coach, if you could make it back to the game, win it this year, I mean, how special would that be for you?
Oh, it'd be cool. I mean, you want every group to experience Austin one time, but to have a group that's done it 3 times is really neat. So, that's the goal, but, tonight's the starting point. We'll find out exactly where we're at tonight, and we'll go back to teaching baseball tomorrow. And, hopefully this team will put on a good show, and we'll like what we see and grow off of it.
I feel like, every coach kind of evolves, and I've heard stories from a lot of people how you evolved as a coach to where you're at now. Is there any changes that you sit down at the end of the season, you're like, maybe we need to prepare this way, or, is there any differences from day one last year to day one this year?
Oh, yes, sir, a ton. So every year we sit down at the end of the year and say, what could we have done better to, win the last game? And, we sat down last year and saw some offensive stuff that we could probably work on and get better at. And, we attacked it this fall with the guys that were in off-season, and when the football guys jumped in, they jumped right into it. And, we're excited about kind of some of the things we're doing on offense. We run the bases pretty well, so that's one of those things that we harp on a lot. And, this is a little different team, so they have to play a little different and win a little different, and that's what this is about, is figuring out how they can win.
So, Zach, different team, you talk about it. Obviously, it's high school sports. You get new kids in, new kids out, but you have this culture of winning, man, and it starts from something. So I want to maybe hear your thoughts on why you see the LE.
Man, spill the tea.
Since 06, since when I was in high school, watching you play, to now. What is the consistency there that keeps bringing these kids to this level of baseball?
I think it's tough kids raised by parents that are tough on them. And, I don't have parent meetings very often. And it's like, they want their kids coached hard and they expect them to win. And, they're probably harder on them when we lose than I am, believe it or not. So, the expectations there at the house, and then they come to school and they expect to be treated tough, and that's what happens.
Awesome.
You had an emotional year last year. You got Mickey's initials on the back of your cap, and it kind of set the whole year off into a different trajectory than you were expecting back in December and January when things went the way they did. This year, having that, hopefully we don't have any repeat like that. Is there a sense that maybe this is a little relief this year? You carried an awful lot last year.
Yeah, it was tough with Mick. But, I think this team still keeps that memory in their mind and kind of what they're playing for. But you got a lot of new players that have worked really hard to get their opportunity, and you'll see some of the names tonight. But, those guys were behind some really good players for 2 and 3 years, and the whole time they just worked and waited and worked. And, they're about to get some opportunities, and they look good in scrimmages, but now the lights come on, and we'll see if they can do it now.
You mentioned culture. Morgan made a mention about culture and how you've kind of developed a culture of winning here. Do you wake up terrified? Like, it's so easy for that culture to go away if things start going south.
That's what people don't understand is your thumb has to stay on it, and you got to constantly evolve, I think. I think if kids came back that played for me 6 years ago, 7 years ago, they'd see a completely different, not culture, but they would see a different, that we've evolved. Not that we're doing the same old thing because it worked 10 years ago, So we try to constantly change and, stay ahead of the curve on learning new things. And we got a great staff that does the same thing. Baseball guys like Jermaine Mitchell, John Stilson, Cody Engstrom, head coaches elsewhere, and came here, and we're happy to have them.
And I think that's just a statement of the game as well. I mean, you have this new hitting facility, you have all this new technology, and all these things that have really helped develop your team and help your players out. How do you see those differences that the school has really invested into your program and into your guys that has helped y'all get to this level as well?
Well, another thing is people don't realize that our athletic directors work so well about sharing players. Aaron Taylor, Ty Hawkins, Huntley Fisher, these are football players, Cade McLeod, that, once football's over, they turn into baseball players, and we do our part to keep developing the athlete, but they understand the team aspect of it and how much time it takes to develop the skill at this sport. So, we're not fighting over athletes, we're sharing, and that starts at the top with Coach Willard and Jeff Wright, our superintendent, and that's what's really helped us to keep a program going.
How do you manage the expectations on guys like Arian this year, who went from the 9-hole to a 4-hole where you've got him penciled in today? How do you manage that with a guy like that?
Well, he has to understand he was the perfect 9-hole for us last year, but, he's going to have to learn that role, and he's going to get pitched tougher, and there's going to be things that are going to hit him that he hasn't felt before. But, we're planning on leaving him there and letting him, if he does struggle, let him struggle through it. But I think he's built for it. And, that kid's a competitor, and he's going to get up there and compete all day long.
And I think it's a testament, we see him in center field. The last few years, it's always felt like there's been that rock in center field. It was Aiden Easter a couple years ago, Colin Evans the last couple years. Now it's AT's turn. What do you expect to see from him in that position, kind of leading the outfield guys and really kind of just taking over in the lineup as well?
We tell our guys that playing center field for the Leopards is like playing shortstop for the Yankees. Like, there's been a long line of them, from Brandon Jones. I played it one year. I mean, there's been a long line of really good players that stepped out in that grass in center field. And you're expected to make certain plays out there, and he's lived up to it so far in practice.
I hope he's fast enough to play that spot.
I'll tell you what, he does have
we got a pretty fast outfit
he has
out there tonight.
Arm to play out there, and I think this may be a better arm than you've had the last couple of guys.
100%. Those guys were really good players, but Arian does bring a little different dynamic on people trying to push extra bases, things like that. And he gets to throw more in center field than he did in right, which is kind of why we moved him there in the first place.
Yeah. You talked about it a lot, or a minute ago. You graduate so many with this previous class. You see a lot of guys move up. You got 6 guys in the lineup today that have seen playing time, whether it be base running or hitting, whatever it may be. Kind of talk about the way that those guys, watched the last couple of years and the way that they've stepped up. Tyson Blaylock didn't get the opportunity last year as he transferred over. He gets that opportunity to watch all of last year. He steps up. What are you most looking forward to these guys as they take that next step this year?
Well, it's always fun to see kids get opportunities. So, that's the biggest thing is, the names are going to change, but the expectation doesn't. And those guys understand the expectation. And, to play here, there's a lot of pressure, and you have to be willing to accept it. And, it's a different – you sign up for games like this. You don't sign up for, the throwaway games. These are the ones we want to play in, and we're excited to be here.
You got Cody back on the staff this year. I know you love having him back. You don't have Ricky for the first time in forever. Ricky Rushing's
gone. Man, it's been weird.
No Ricky or your dad.
Yeah,
to be on the field without your dad or Ricky.
Dad still finds a way to be in my ear during the game. I hadn't figured that out. Yeah. We'll be nose to nose arguing it.
But I mean, you kind of. How special is that for you to have Cody back out there? But stepping away from Ricky and Daddy Fowler.
We really enjoyed our time. Me and Ricky kind of started together. Cody was here with us at the beginning. Dad stepped in. We've been to Austin 3 times with him. So it was just fun. Craig was in there for a while too. I mean, just a blast of great coaches. But to be able to replace them with guys like Cody and Jermaine and John. Man, we're blessed to have that staff, and I love coming to work every day. And all we do is talk baseball, teach baseball, and enjoy it. It's a blast.
Man, I don't know if you're blessed to have them as much as people are attracted to a culture of winning and great people. And I think that's what you provide to that program. And I think that coaches want to come coach with you, and have these players play for you. So hats off to you in the program.
I mean, what I'm saying, you do coach hard, but it is fair.
Yeah.
I mean, it reminds me 25, 30 years ago when coaches coach. I mean,
I tell
you'll
people
give them an earful.
I might get fired anywhere else, but I'm perfect for Liberty-Eylau. Liberty-Eilau's perfect for me. So
I'll say the same thing about John King and Longview.
It's a good spot for me.
Or Robert Cochran.
Cochran had it going on too.
Well, man, with 5-17 win over, we know you have pregame is about to start. We really appreciate your time. Best of luck tonight and this season.
Thank y'all
as
for
always,
coming
man.
out,
It's a pleasure.
Awesome. Appreciate it.